Arduino have recently announced the Ventuno Q, celebrating their 21st anniversary. And this board is positioned as the bigger brother to the Uno Q. And in Embedded World 2026, I went to the Foundry's booth to find out a little bit more about some of the exciting capabilities of this new board.
George, great to see you at the Foundry's booth. So Arduino have recently announced the Ventuno Q, and we have one sitting here. What are some of its capabilities that perhaps weren't possible in the previous Arduino lineup?
Yeah, so we're pretty excited about this. This is a very high performance board. So for entry level, we have the Uno Q that Arduino announced at the end of last year. And we now have Ventuno Q 21, which actually by coincidence is the 21st anniversary of Arduino.
Awesome.
Hence Ventuno. And this is a very powerful board. It has 40 TOPS of AI capability. It has high amounts of memory, 16 gigabytes of RAM, 64 gigabytes of eMMC, has an M2 so you can put an SSD on it, and all sorts of I/O. And it's a pretty amazing board to do advanced products with.
And so this is running on Qualcomm silicon, the iQ8.
So this is the iQ8.
What are some of its capabilities?
So its capabilities, as I said, 40 TOPS. It has, the board itself has both the iQ8 processor on it, also has a microcontroller for doing real time. So if you're doing robotics, you can use the CAN bus. There's a PHY on the CAN bus interface. There are other CAN bus interfaces that you can also use, and those are connected to the microcontroller for real time sensors. So you've got the combination, again, as Arduino call it, the dual brain between the very high performance processor and then a microcontroller, which is also high performance for real time.
Amazing. And so can you walk us through what we're seeing here on the screens?
Yeah. So this is the board here, and it looks like an Arduino board, albeit a big one. What we've got here is we've got an LLM, so an AI large language model. We've got several of them running on here, running actually locally on the board. So rather than doing your AI in the cloud, we're doing the AI actually on the edge, on the device.
Why would I want to do that?
So this is really useful if you have privacy concerns. You don't want your data going to the cloud. Either it's an industrial application or it's somewhere where you don't want that information going back to the cloud. You may be in an on-prem solution where you effectively have no connection to the internet. Again, you can use AI from this device. Think of this as a very powerful edge AI gateway, but also it can be the brain for a very advanced robotics, or I'm sure people are going to do some incredible things with it. We're really looking forward to seeing what they do. And it's got all the I/O you'd expect. It's got Wi-Fi 6, it's got Ethernet, it's got multiple USBs and so on. So yeah, pretty exciting. And what you can see here is this is running the LLM. It's doing facial recognition, it's doing picture recognition, object recognition with YOLO and TF Lite. You've got also text to image with stable diffusion, and you've got image analysis with QWEN 2.5 model.
Moving up to this big screen here, we also, what appears to have a web browser and a video game. Is this running on the same device?
Yes, everything is that you see here is being run from this device. So it supports 2 displays, HDMI and USB-C display port. And then what we're showing here is this is running Debian. So this is completely open source. All of the code is available to everybody who's using this, just like on Uno Q. So it's Debian for development. We also support Yocto for production. So if you want to actually start using this board for a production device, we can cater for that. And this is running a Debian go-karting application. It's running a full web browser on display here, and it's also running this LLM and AI software.
It's doing this all at once,
and it's
on the board. So it sort of demonstrates the dual brain architecture that has been advertised. And so, thinking broader to the Qualcomm ecosystem, with Arduino, with Foundries, how can I actually develop on this board using software like Foundries? Where do they come into this?
So just like on Uno Q, Arduino have their app lab architecture for the dual brain, so you can develop using traditional Arduino tools for building software for the microcontroller, which is actually running on Zephyr. And then for Linux side, they have AppLab, which enables you to use Python and very quickly get up and running and start playing around with the pre-built applications and then build your own. As you move to production, you can move to the whole Foundries Factory solution, which gives you a SaaS product for management of the evolution and the lifetime of your IoT and edge product and fleet. So we can manage fleets, we can manage updates, we can handle security and do all that through a SaaS product. But to start with, it's really easy. It's the Arduino experience that you have on Uno Q on steroids.
And George, you mentioned earlier, a few applications like robotics, for example, but it's not just limited to robotics.
Oh, no.
What's the field of applications you could use this for?
I always say that IoT is everything from small sensors to spaceships.
Right.
And literally, this is a very high performance board that can be used across all sorts of applications. So drones, robotics, obviously, gateways, anywhere where you want to have a lot of processing and AI done at the edge. So think of it like a sort of, it's like a high-end NVIDIA product, but it's much lower power and gives you a lot more performance for the price.
Amazing. Thank you very much, George. And so if I'm looking to develop on the Ventuno Q and I'm looking to get stuck into the Qualcomm ecosystem, what are the next steps? How do I get started?
Well, if you want to get started with the Arduino ecosystem on Qualcomm, Uno Q is less than $50. It's a very capable board. And it's kind of the combination of a Raspberry Pi and a traditional Arduino product together. On Ventuno, which is a
bigger brother almost.
Bigger product. We expect this to be in the less than $300 price point is what we're expecting. You'll be able to buy them through the normal Arduino store on arduino.cc, and you'll be able to get them from distribution. We're expecting in May-June timeframe.
Awesome. George, thank you very much for this comprehensive overview and for a first look at what Ventuno can do. I think it looks very exciting.
Yeah, we're really excited to see what developers do with this product.
This is about the Ventuno Q at the Foundries booth at Embedded World 2026. As always, if you want to find out more information about them, there will be links in the description below. Go check it out.